We're under a lot of pressure right now. My family wants us to have kids. We've been together for a few years. I don't know how they think I could possibly be ready for this. I'm on the phone with my mom. She's like, where are the grandbabies? I'm like, Mom, I called you to help me make a dentist appointment. Okay. Clearly not ready for children. It's crazy. My parents are putting me under so much pressure to have kids. The same two people that warned me about peer pressure. This is way more pressure with way higher stakes. Peer pressure was fun, dude. At the end of that, I got to get high. You know, that was a good time. This is just a giant responsibility. And they're so worked up about it. Honestly, they want me to have kids so bad. They sound like they're on drugs trying to get me to have kids. I'm like, what's it like? They're like, you've never felt anything like it, man. You think you know what love is? You have no idea. I'm like, it sounds expensive. They're like, the price is high, but it's good stuff, man, I promise. I'm like, I just don't know if I'm ready. They're like, you'll never really be ready. You just gotta take the ride, man. I'm like, my friend told me that about ketamine last week, so I don't know about that. It's crazy, man. It's a lot of pressure. It's scary, though, you know. My dad is getting older. You know, he's getting more Italian. We're not Italian. I don't know what happened to this guy. He went to Italy once. He came back with like a sweater over his shoulders, doing this thing. He got a new dog. He named it Vinny. I swear to God. I'm like, Dad, Vinny for the dog? He's like, it's a short for Vincenzo. He plans his whole year now around traveling to Italy. Don't you hate when anyone but you travels internationally? It sucks, dude. They become a food blogger for the week. You gotta see all their pictures of pasta. All the captions are the same. In America, I'm celiac, but over here I can eat the bread. It's so annoying. It's boring to eat in Europe. I've eaten in Europe. It's boring, dude. You just eat, you walk around, you feel fine. Not here, dude. Eating in America is like taking a pill that you found on the bus. You're like, this is exciting. I have no idea how I'm gonna feel in 20 minutes. It's an adventure. And then 20 minutes later, you're like, diarrhea pill again. That's crazy. 5,000 times in a row, diarrhea pill. We never learn, man. We eat like dogs in this country. You ever leave your dog alone? They always eat something they're not supposed to. And they walk around fine for a little while until at some point they're like, they just throw up on the carpet, but then they just walk away. No lesson learned. Does that sound different than how we eat fast food? Every time I eat McDonald's, I'm like, I'm gonna die, dude. And then that night, I'm like, we should get Taco Bell, I think. Everyone always tells you about the bad sides of processed food. They never tell you about the good parts. There's one really good thing about processed food. If you're at a restaurant that's serving you processed food, they're not gonna bore you with the backstory of how the food got to the plate. You ever go to like a bougie, like farm-to-table place? It's like 10, 15 minutes of they're like, this is the grass-fed beef steak with the selection of fresh vegetables. And it comes from the farm of this man right here. You look over, it's like a dirty old man. You're like, oh, if he I don't want it if he touched it, actually. They're like, no, this is a great man. He lets his animals roam free. They eat only the grass. They take lovers in the springtime. He sings them to sleep every night. Imagine if they tried to do that at like an American chain restaurant. They're like, this is the, it's still a French waiter. This is the cowboy steak platter with the boneless buffalo wings and the loaded bacon fries. These animals lived lives of untold horror. They were in little pens. They were pumped full of antibiotics to make them more plump for you. They never knew a moment's peace. Then they were sent for the slaughter in the assembly line. Satan himself would weep if he saw this. Then they were portioned, frozen, sent to us on a lukewarm truck, and prepared for you tonight by a teenager on methamphetamine.